realized I didn't shoot an intro to the story, so let me make one right now. If you're new here, you should subscribe to this channel. You most likely are new here because this is my first video. But yeah, let's get to the story. So first, I didn't have many symptoms. I only threw up so far, like up until now, I only threw up once. And the only thing that like was a symptom, I guess, was that my stomach was getting bigger, but like it looked like it was bloated. And then what else? I was eating a lot. That's it. Like, I found out, let me give you a background. First of all, I dated this guy in the summer, so from June, and then I broke up with him in November. And so ever since then I had him blocked. I didn't talk to him. And I found out I was pregnant January 21st. It was a Tuesday because I remember it was a basketball game. Most embarrassing day of my life. I kid you not. So during that day, like, my stomach was hurting, but it wasn't like really bad. So like I wasn't complaining much about it. And like it started getting worse throughout the day. And so like usually before basketball games, we like go out to McDonald's because it's like right by our school. So we went there. I ate a lot. Then when we came back, we had pregame, which is basically like, you know, you're warming up, you're getting ready for the game, you're in your little gym. And so I was like basically practicing stretching, and like the pain got really bad. And did you just fart, Takesha?
No.
Anyway, so the game got really bad. And the pain got really bad, and I started like, I just couldn't walk.
Are you gonna take that
and
out?
So and so anyway,
crazy.
so anyway, we
Charlie, I was so this is not funny.
And so then, can you be quiet?
Can you please be
Can you please be quiet? I'm trying to get this in one shot. So basically, my Takesha, can you lower that? Takesha, if you keep talking, I'm going to keep it inside the video.
But you can't crop it out.
Yes, I can. I can remove it. Can you please lower your voice? Or else I'll like, thank you. So then after, you have headphones, plug it in. Oh my god. Freshmen these days. And so basically, we were doing layup lines, right? And I did a layup line, and I was going up. I was like this, and I was like, like I started crying. It started hurt, like it hurt so bad. And then everyone was like looking at me like, are you okay? I couldn't walk. I was like squatting, not squatting. How do you call it? When you like, I don't know how to do it. And then like my friend thought I had like bad period cramps or something, and I was like, no, like my stomach is hurting. And so my coach was like, go to the athletic trainer. And Martin, he wasn't in his office, he was inside the gym because we had a game going on, the JV game. And so after that, I walked into the gym, and I'm like screaming, I'm crying, everyone's breaking their neck, and the game just about to end. So I go to him, he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, my stomach hurts really bad. He was like, point where? I was like, right here. And like I can't really, like, it hurts really bad, like I barely can walk. And so he told me to lay down, he gave me water. When I was laying down, it felt better, but like it hurt to like lean back. So when I like went to lay down, like it hurt really bad. Excuse me, the JV game ended and they lost, and everyone left, and then people who were coming to the varsity game started like popping up, and it was people from our school. So everyone's like looking at me like, what's wrong with Charlene? Like, what's going on? And I'm over here causing a big scene. And so Martin checked my temperature. I had a fever of 106. And so he started thinking that it was appendicitis, which is this, I didn't look it up, but from what he told me, he said it was like your appendix is filled with like, it's like this sac, right? And it's filled with bacteria, and it caused like really bad pain, I guess, and it can spread. So he was like, you have to go to the hospital and find out if it's that or not quick, because if you don't, like, it can spread throughout your whole body and then you can die. And so they were calling my dad, he didn't answer. They called my mom, she didn't answer. And so my fever was rising even more, so they called 911. Then they called 911. Then I had to get up from laying down, and that was like, so I started screaming, like it hurt so bad. And then it was quiet, like everyone started like it was quiet. Everyone was staring at me. Like, the Blake team, they just showed up. Everyone was like, what the hell is going on? And so we went outside the gym. Yulisa went upstairs to get my stuff. That was kind of her. And then my dad showed up finally. And then the, what do you call it? Ambulance people? What do you call those people? The paramedics. They showed up. And so, what's it called? What happened after that? Oh yeah, people started coming out, leaving the gym to see what's happening because like, they noticed the stretcher. And then they told them to clear that hallway right next to the gym. So everyone left, and then some of my teammates came to like say good, like hope you feel better, all that stuff. And so then the paramedics and my dad started arguing. Like, I'm in pain right now. Y'all arguing over who should drive who to the hospital. So they ended up taking me to the ambulance. I can't say that. Coach Creighton, he came with me, and I was laughing the whole time there. Like, they asked me questions, basically like, you have any allergies, like the little questionnaire they do. But then I got to the hospital, and I hated it there. Like, you stay on the stretcher when you get there, and you, like, I'm strapped down and everything. Then they sent me to the room, and then they took my weight, they took my height. They told my parents, because my dad met up over there at the hospital. They told him to fill out paperwork, so I was alone. And they took my blood, which was so, I hated it so bad. Like, I can't. And it was so much, it was like 4 containers of blood. And worst thing, like, I hated it, okay? Then they took my urine, and then I'm just sitting there. I didn't have my phone with me. I'm in my jersey. I still have it, I think. I have it somewhere here. Because I never returned it. I was number 25, you know, varsity. You already know. Not a starter, but still helps. And, what's it called? Then after that, this lady came into my room, and she was like, she had a serious look on her face. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I hope I don't have no appendicitis. Like, I'm not trying to die. And then she was like, ma'am, can you lower that, please? You have headphones on your ears, but they're not plugged in. Okay, so then after that, she was like, ma'am, you're pregnant. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, you're pregnant. You're 20 weeks along. And I was like, I was so shook. Like, I could not believe it. Like, I was like, you're lying. I said, that can't be true. Like, I don't know. And then they sent me upstairs to have a sonogram. It was just more it was so much waiting, man. Like, we got there what time? Like 7 o'clock. We got home like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Like, it was... Anyway, they did the sonogram. I saw everything. I was like, hold up. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And so then after that, they sent me back downstairs, and she was like, do you want me to tell your parents? And I was like, no. Like, my parents are African, like, they're going to kill me. And so they let my parents in, and then she was like, my mom was like, is she pregnant? Because at that time, my dad went back to, can you be quiet? Dang. So my mom came because my dad went to go pick her up. And then she was like, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? And she was like, according to the HIPAA law, whatever, I can't tell you about my patient, blah, blah, blah. And she kept saying this whole speech. And so my mom was getting mad. Like, my mom was like, she wanted to fight her. And then my dad, obviously being African, was like, what's you talking about? You have to tell us, like, he was like, they were going off. And it's a hospital. It looks so ghetto because everyone in the hospital was staring at us. And they're like in the middle of the hallway arguing. And then she was like, ma'am, I'm going to need you to step outside. And then my mom tried to, like, bring race into it. She was like, it's because we're black. You should be... oh, my God. It was so... too much, okay? She basically started talking to me. She was like, it's my choice. My parents, like... it's my choice if I want to keep it or not. Da-da-da, the whole speech. And so then this other guy came inside. And... he gave me a headache because I had, he gave me a headache. He gave me medicine for a headache. And then, what else? And then he gave me this paperwork, and it was like saying that I was pregnant, places to get help, the blood results, like a bunch of paperwork. And so, like, obviously I can't hold that paper around, and I didn't have my backpack. And because if I held it around, my parents would be like, what is this paper, like, what is it? And then so I had to like stuff it in my shirt. And then basically we left. The hospital lady just basically said some type of lie that she's fine, that it was just some gastro something. And so I got into the car, and my parents were pressing me out. Like, they were pressing me out even when I was trying to go to sleep. Like, it was so annoying. I still didn't took everything in. Like, I was still, like, shocked. Like, I don't even think I slept that night. So that happened on Tuesday. The next day, I got to school, and, like, everyone is, like, asking me what happened. Like, why'd I go to the hospital? And, like, I told them, like, oh, I wasn't feeling well. I had a fever, this, that. And I said, like, basically BS, right? And then my coach asked me, and I was like, And I just said, like, I don't want to talk about it. And then, what's it called? Then I went to practice, and my teammates asked me. And at first I didn't want to tell them, because I was like, what if I tell someone, they start gossiping, and, like, it spreads throughout the whole school, right? So I just told, like some of the team, and they were all shook. Like, they were, like, because, like, they thought I wasn't that type of person, I guess. And so then when I went to practice, I went to see the trainer and Martin was like, what happened? Like, what was it? And I was, like, getting ready to say, like, oh, it was just some type of infection or something. And then I forgot, like, he's, like, a medical, like, trained staff guy. So, like, I can't lie. And so I just told him straight up. I was like, I'm pregnant. He was like, what? Are you serious? Like, how far along? And I was like, 20. He said, you've been playing this whole time? I was like, yeah. And like, during games, like, a lot of people know, like, I fall a lot. Like, I'm really aggressive. Like, this one girl tried to swing on me at a game. That's a whole different story time, I guess. And he had to tell our athletic director, Twaley, because he was like, you can't play anymore. I have to tell her why. And so they were like, I'm not clear to play. So they didn't take my, like, jersey and stuff like that. I was still on the team. I was, like, an injured player, basically. And so, yeah, so then the next day, so after that, it was Thursday. I was coming home. I still went to practice because, oh my God, I never turned in the form. Oh my gosh, for SSL hours. I was a manager, so I got hours for going to practice and for being at the games. So, that's why I stayed after school. And plus, I don't want to be home. And that day, Lisa was like, oh, your dad's outside. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went outside, because I usually take the bus. So I was like, that's weird. Then I got in the car, and he was like, Charlene, just tell me the truth. Are you pregnant? And I was like, in my head, I was like, should I tell him? Because I know if I tell him, like, he's going to kill me, like. But then I was like, I can't hide it, because they're going to kill me even more if I don't say anything. So I just told him, I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And then I kid you. Can you lower that?
Yeah.
Can you stop?
Look.
No, lower it.
Look.
Lower it.
Look.
Please. That's not your phone. You're using it on that one. Takesha, can you stop?
I'm not purposely doing that. I put it. I had it at this volume the whole time.
So then,
then
after that, what happened was, can you be quiet? So then after that, what happened was, we got, can you stop? Like, can you lower your music?
What?
Can you lower your music?
I don't want to hear you, that's why.
Can you then get out?
No.
Can you lower it? Thank you.
The heck?
So then, after that, he basically was giving me a whole speech saying he was going to be supportive. And I was so shocked. Like, I thought he was going to yell. He didn't even yell at me. He was like, we're going to be supportive. What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to keep it. And then he was like, no, you should think about getting an abortion. And then he called my uncle. And then my uncle was like, she's way too far along to, because he's a nurse. And he said that I was way too far along to get an abortion. And then we prayed and we were talking, and then he said that he's gonna tell my mom. And I was like, no, I don't want to tell our mom, because, like, she's gonna go off, you know, all that stuff. And so he was like, okay, we'll tell her tomorrow. And so I went to school that day. Not much has happened. Like, people were like a little bit talking about it, but like not many people knew. I wasn't showing as much. And then I came back home. I told my mom, and she completely flipped. Like, I mean, she was just yelling at me. She was saying that, like, how am I supposed to, like, walk around this apartment? Like, that just shows I'm a horrible mother. You're bringing dishonor to our family. Like, your life is ruined, etc, etc. And so that really, like, made me feel really bad. Like, we got into a whole argument. I started, like, distancing myself from her, because, like, she just kept, like, being negative about everything. Like, she was saying that I wasn't gonna be anything in life, and, like, I was like, I don't have time for that. Like, okay, so, and then I told the dad, basically, and mind you, I haven't talked to him since, like, November. So I unblocked him. I texted him. I was like, hey, look, I'm pregnant, and I sent him, like, a picture proving. And then at first he didn't believe me. He was bashing me. Like, it did not go well at all. So, like, he kept trying to make me get an abortion. So at that point, like, I couldn't, like, keep talking to him, because, like, he was, like, doing too much. And I would put screenshots, but, like, I don't need all that mess, I guess. And so then I just blocked him, and then I had him blocked, and then he later tried to, like, apologize and everything, but then we got into, like, another argument, and then, like, I had to block him again. So it's like, I don't know, we'll see in the future, but he's the only person I think that reacted in, not as in how I, wait, hold up. He's one of the, he's the only person that reacted in a way that was negative, I guess, yeah. Because, like, everyone else was just, like, either shocked, and then, but they were still positive about it, you know. But, like, he was just completely, like, what the hell, like, I don't even know how the word for it. He was just aggressive, I guess. So then a couple weeks passed, and, like, I was far enough to find out the gender. So I was like, I want to do a gender reveal, and so they gave an envelope to my dad, and I basically waited to the gender reveal. So at that time, I was, like, passing out invitations, but, like, only to, like, close friends and, like, the basketball team. So, like, I'll say, like, not that many people. Excuse me. So then apparently someone, like, took a picture of the invitation and, like, posted it, and, like, everyone from a whole different school, Northwood, like, I don't even go there, they found out, and they were just gossiping about it. But, like, again, I don't really care, because, like, people always, like, talk. But I had the gender reveal. That, like, I'm not even gonna talk about that, but maybe in a different video. But I had the gender reveal, and people from my school, they came. It was okay. I mean, someone showed up, but yeah. And so basically at that point, I started showing, and it was senior night, so I wore my jersey to school, because, like, the team was supposed to wear that jersey to school, and when I wore it, like, you could see my stomach, like, a lot. And so, like, everyone, like, basically everyone found out at that point, but, like, not everyone, I guess. And then, yeah, that just basically leads up to everything. Like, I'm not encouraging teen pregnancy, by the way. Like, I'm not saying, like, you should, like, because a lot of people, when they found out and they saw the pictures and all that stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to get pregnant. That's so weird. Like, no. Like, I'm not encouraging it, but I'm saying, like, for people who are pregnant, I feel like people shouldn't bash them, you know? They should be supportive. And, by the way, I'm having a boy, so I was really shook. Like, I really thought I was having a girl. But, yeah, that's basically how I found out I was pregnant. Right now, how far along am I? I'm about to be 30 weeks at the end of this week. So, only, like, 10 weeks to go. That's crazy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Snap. Thanks for watching.